Hello, my name is Amy Daughtry Goeken. I am a proud graduate of Central Selma High School, class of 1998. Thanks for having me today to share a little bit more about my career. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I am a licensed real estate broker in North Carolina and South Carolina. It's common that agents here have both North Carolina and South Carolina since we are 2 miles from the border, and we often go back and forth with transactions and home sales. I work for a company called MTH Real Estate. We have a home leasing division called My Home Leasing. We have over 600 properties that we property manage for individual owners. Our My Townhome division allows us to do a lot of new development, new construction townhomes with developers here in town. And then we have our single family division, which is called Mason Properties. I got into real estate about 5 years ago. I definitely took a pivot in my career. I spent 15 years on an airplane in sales, calling on customers like Bed Bath & Beyond and Amazon and Target and Walmart. And when I had a family, I just wanted to be more settled in my community. And so my husband and I owned a rental property, and I had always had interest in it. So I took the course and was not for the faint of heart, but have loved every minute of it since getting my license. To get a license in North Carolina, many of you are probably almost 18. So it just requires that you are of the age of 18, are a US citizen, have a social security number, and you pass the 75-hour classroom test and exam. So there's a national portion and a state portion, and it is not, again, for the faint of heart, but if you can get past the test from your classroom setting, then you actually go and pass the state test and the national test to actually get your license. I am a 1099, so I am self-employed, although I hang my license or my shingle with my firm here in Charlotte. I have no benefits as far as healthcare or anything like that. I did incorporate myself with an S Corp several years ago when I started really getting more successful in the business. So I do run a payroll for myself. I researched and I opened up a 401k that my company, Goeken Homes is my company, pays. I really like the fact that the sky's the limit from a salary perspective. In honesty, it can be quite addicting if you just sell that next house or get that next lease, that you really can make as much as you want or as little as you want. I really feel like that you have to be in real estate full time, but I did start, in full disclosure, part-time while I was still working my career. My husband and I wanted to see if I could make it work. So I did it for about 6 months, sort of part-time, a weekend warrior, if you will, showing homes and getting my feet wet with some transactions before I decided I could cut the cord and leave corporate America behind. I am fortunate that my husband works for Bank of America, so I do have our health benefits for our family through his corporation. I love it because I am a bit all over the place and no day is typical in a realtor. I'll share with you that today is Tuesday, obviously. So I started off with a property management, stopping by a job site or house that I manage. We had painters in there. I had coordinated electricians and everything. We're turning the property, meaning that the lease had come up and my tenants had been in there 5 years. So we had to do some pretty extensive refreshing of paint and floors and just getting it ready. And we're actually going to increase the rent. We feel like we can get it now with the improvements that we've done to this home. So then I made a phone call to my owner. She lives in Germany. I manage 2 of her properties. So we were just touching base on what the rental rates would be and what she was hoping to get for the property for it to be profitable for her and to pay my fee. After that, I was in a developer meeting this afternoon, and I've been picking selections, which is the fun part. It's all the fit and finishes that go into these new condos that I'm selling in the arts district called Noda here in Charlotte. So we were literally picking countertops, cabinets, fixtures. I like that creative side of it, and that's fun for me. And then after that, I'm on the phone prospecting, checking in with clients, and just seeing. I help buyers and sellers in here. So I list homes to sell. Plus, I have buyers who are working with me to help help find them their dream home. I find what's most rewarding is that you get to help people realize the American dream. There's no better security in America than home ownership, and that you're putting your money into something that's yours. And so that is so rewarding. I love watching people move to Charlotte and to tell them all the fun things there are to do in the city, the restaurants, the culture, the museums, the schools. I find that really exciting. I'm not scared of a fixer-upper, and the house we're sitting in, my husband and I bought in December and completely gutted to the studs and moved in 3 weeks ago here in South Charlotte. So I really feel like I bring a wealth of knowledge to my clients because I manage a lot of that for them on the listing side. And when we walk properties that need work, I can help them estimate what things like that will cost because I do it quite often. And then I think the biggest challenges are, it's you got to get a mortgage, and your clients have to get pre-approved and make sure they can afford it, make sure they know all the outside of closing money that's required. There's money for inspections once you're under contract. There's money that you have to put down to the seller to say, hey, Mr. Seller, I'm interested in buying your home. So most people just don't realize, in addition just to the money you're going to put down on the home, all of the other funds that are needed to sort of get to the closing table, paying the attorney, paying the taxes on the home, all of that. I do like, again, about to share with you a little bit about salary. Real estate is great because, again, the sky's the limit, but it's not all what we get. So my firm has a 6% policy. So for example, if it's a $100,000 house, we would take 3% of that. And out of that 3%, I then have to pay my firm a portion and I keep a portion. And then out of that, I have to still pay taxes on it, pay my marketing expenses. I advertise heavily on realtor.com. I have an Instagram page, Goeken Homes LLC, if you'd like to check it out. And so it really is running my own business. I have to pay for my own computer. I have to pay for my own business cards, the signs that go in the yard. So for me, transitioning from corporate America to running my own business, I always had an HR manager who I could call and say, hey, my pay stub looks wrong. Or I could call and say, hey, my computer broke. And you can't do that now. It's all on me. So that part has been challenging and sometimes not the best part of the business, but I like the autonomy. I've been able to volunteer at my kids' school. I've been really active in their PTA there. I volunteer in the community as well. And so all of that's been really beneficial for me personally and professionally, just to feel like I'm finding growth in that. So I'm happy to talk to anybody about real estate. Charlotte is an extremely abnormal market right now. Things are very, very good here. My average sale price is around 400,000, and I'll do just over 12 million in gross sales, meaning, top dollar sales this year with about 25 transactions. So that's 25 deals that I'll close. So yeah, I'm happy to talk to anyone. If you'd like to know more about it, I am a one person sole proprietor. I don't work on a team. There's a big shift in the industry right now to work on a team. And I may do that in the future, but right now it's myself, and I employ one closing coordinator who helps me with paperwork, scheduling of home inspections, scheduling of photography for my listings, putting a lockbox up here and there. So that's a little bit. And thanks so much. I really appreciate the time, and best of luck. Go Spartans.